alligator snapping turtle. Let's go. Oh no.
Ooh, what is going on, my boy?
I got a little poop in my eye. We're good though. Let alone the taipans. Taipans. So his light had to be turned off. You can eat me. What is going on, beautiful people? I'm back home at my beautiful facility here in Florida, hanging out with Aries and Miss Toothy. We're actually gonna be showing off a new animal that joined the facility right over here. This is an animal I've been waiting to get approved for by the state of Florida with a very special permit to own it for a very long time now. It's probably been like a year and a half or so that I've been waiting for these permits. It is so hard to get this permit. It took like way longer than it would take to get my tiger permit or a croc permit or anything like that. It'd be easier for me to get a venomous permit if I was starting fresh. This permit took such a long, tedious process because this animal is actually a native to Florida and it's actually protected because they're not doing too well. This is a beautiful, oh, I'm so excited. This is a beautiful alligator snapping turtle. Let's go. This is actually my favorite turtle in the world. And this is actually a Swanee River alligator snapping turtle. So it's a Florida native. I think there's around 3 to 4 different species. Oh, don't bite yourself. There's around 3 to 4 different species of alligator snapping turtle recognized today. So that's why it's so important to have permits for these guys, because if somebody gets an alligator snapping turtle from a different state and they decide that they don't want to keep it anymore and they release it into the wild, it might make hybrids with the Florida alligator snapping turtle. So we don't want that. This is obviously a young one, around like 15 years old, I would say, because of the size. We don't actually have the actual age on this turtle because this turtle was a confiscation by FWC. See, the only way you can get these turtles is from another licensed facility, or FWC confiscates them for somebody who owns them illegally, and they eventually get designated to a facility with permits. So like I was saying, the permit is super hard to get. It took longer than any other permit I've tried to get because it's not the normal department for wildlife that you deal with. It's dealt with the scientific collection program run by biologists, I believe. But just recently, right as I was leaving onto my trip, I got approved for my license. And this alligator snapping turtle was on hold from Birds of Exotics of the World, aka Lewis, the Birdman. He held on to this alligator snapping turtle for me for at least a year plus to a year and a half. So big shout out to Birds and Exotics of the World, aka Lewis, the Birdman, for holding on to this beautiful alligator snapping turtle. Oh, look at that snapper. So when I was younger, we used to do this trick with a really large one where you distract them on one side. And once the alligator snapping turtle's so distracted on this side, paying attention to you, you come really quick from this side and you touch his tongue. But obviously, I only have so many fingers to spare now. I'm not gonna be risking that. But I can show you its jaw pressure with this nice little stick. Look at this. Oh, no! This is why we don't do that trick anymore. That was from a COBRA bite for anyone new to the channel. But if you look inside that mouth, stop trying to bite me. If you look inside that mouth, move that stick right there. Oh, I'm sorry. You can see that right around there. On this one, it's actually a dark coloration, but usually they have this pink lure right there that mimics a worm, and that's how they catch fish in the wild, or amphibians as well. But this one has a really dark colored one. Usually they're pink, that little lure, but this one's pretty dark. So anyways, the permit is so strict that not just do I have to go through a lot of loops and whatnot to get the permit, I also, the second I acquire the alligator snapping turtle, I gotta send in a bunch of information. This is America's largest freshwater turtle, so they can actually get well over 200 pounds and they can live over 150 years. So they live a very long time. No, come here, don't bite me on the foot. So we gotta get measurements. So let's see, we have to get the carapace length, which is from the top of the shell right here, all the way to the back. That's coming out to 13 inches. We have to do the width of the carapace. That is 11 inches. So we got 13 inches for length. Woo! We've got 11 inches for width. No, he's trying to bite me on the foot. And let's see, what else do we have to get? We have to get the weight, and we have to find identification markers, or we're gonna have to pit tag this turtle. All right, so now we gotta go get a weight on him, and then we can leave him alone. We gotta catch up on some maintenance. I wanna go show you guys how Bridget, the broad snout caiman's doing, as well as going and cleaning some king cobras. Oh, my favorite turtle in the world, the alligator snapping turtle. You just wanna... All right, we got our scale right here. We're gonna do it the not so fancy way with a regular bathroom scale. I am 194.5 pounds. Now with the alligator snapping turtle, we're gonna subtract the weight added. let's see, 212.8 pounds. So that comes out to 18.3 pounds. So he's a pretty hefty little turtle. She is actually a pretty hefty little turtle. She is a female. Super happy. So we're gonna go put her back into her tub, let her do her thing, but now she's gonna be a part of the educational tours here at CWW. Also, if we do like any events at any conventions or anything like that, or school shows or anything along those lines, we'll now have an alligator snapping turtle for the demonstrations. Look at the nose. Oh, I love the little snorkel nose. They almost never come out of the water. These turtles are kind of like fly river turtles, where usually they'll only ever come out of the water to lay eggs. Rarely will they leave. Even if a pond's drying up and it's just mud and clay, usually they'll just stay dormant in the mud and not move anywhere, right? Look at that. How cool is that? Alligator snapping turtle, my favorite turtle in the world. Now one of my babies here at CWW. Comment below, what should we name this female alligator snapping turtle? She can live to be 150 plus years old, maybe even over 200 years old. So what should we name this amazing prehistoric reptile? All right, and the big update on Bridget the broad snout, she's doing good. She's actually way less neurological than she was before. I tried to feed her a little bit the other day, and I noticed, like, if you come look at her, she's acting normal, but I don't think she's 100% yet. Want some food? No, she knows that I'm about to mess with her. So let me take down this heat appliance right here. Let's keep her nice and cozy. For those of you guys that are not familiar with the whole situation, Bridget was showing neurological signs. It's super concerning. I took her to a veterinarian. We did a bunch of blood tests, sent samples to Cornell University, did a bunch of different things for West Nile, testing blood levels for calcium, doing all kinds of stuff to see what was going on with her. And most of it came out pretty negative. We're pretty good on everything. The only thing that was her calcium levels were a little bit low, which is strange because we do feed her a nice, varied diet of great food. But they do eat turtles in the wild a lot and other shelled animals, so maybe that's what it is. We're gonna do some sort of calcium supplement to make it better. Whew, back in town and the work never stops. What's up, Mama? She's definitely got her energy. She's strong enough to whoop my butt and rip a finger off, so I gotta be very careful. Just because she's sick doesn't mean she's not dangerous. Just move that brick so she doesn't hurt herself. Look at her, she's a beast of a broad snout. Relax, relax. Just a little bit of, oh my goodness, you're so strong. I got a little poop in my eye. We're good though. Oh, you beast. I thought you were sick, you're so strong. All right, so Bridget, she's looking good. She was eating no problem while I was gone. As you can hear, Kaido wants my attention too. Everyone's happy that I'm back home and I'm just jumping on all the work I gotta do out here. But as you can see, Bridget's healthy. She's got her energy. She's not really acting neurological. I've been trying to test her with the tongs to get her to move around and see what her movement's like. But she hasn't been showing this, Kaido, later, come on. She hasn't been showing the same kind of weird neurological behavior that she was showing before I left. So she seems to be doing great. She's healthy. I mean, look at her. She's a beast of a broad-snouted caiman. Like, what a beast. Do not want to get bit by this animal. Bad, bad jaw pressure. Look at that. Ooh, shit. So I'm just going to close this up. And I'm going to clean her tub out really quick, put her back, and then we're going to go see how the king cobras are doing. Maybe see how Kaido's doing, and also Bagoy. So I'll see you guys in a split. I'm not doing it. I'm sore. Oh, I miss the Florida weather. I miss it so much. Wow, a kiss from the Florida sun. I love it. Like a little rain shower. All right, Bridget's tub is filling up. We're gonna put her back, and hopefully she doesn't bite me. She is definitely not dying anymore. Look at her. She's a beast. She's a little powerhouse of muscle. No, 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 no. Ah, I gotcha. Oh. All right, we're good. We're good. Oh, we're not good. We're not good. Oh, jeez. Bridget, my sweet little girl, I'm so happy you're not dying because you're my world. Look at that. That is a tank of a crocodilian. I always think all my crocs, except for the really big ones, are always small when I look at them on the floor. But the second I put my hands on them, hey, they're big. They're meaty little guys. Look at that. Beautiful caiman laterostris. So what I'd like to do is some more testing on her. And what we're gonna be doing is probably some more West Nile tests from different places. Because if you're doing any kind of testing, you're trying to figure something out, you always want to have multiple variables to go off of. You don't want to just do it once and be like, oh, it's good. Came out negative, means nothing. Sometimes there's false negatives. So we're going to test her a few more times through different places, maybe a few other tests for different things besides West Nile, and just keep her quarantined in the garage for now. We're going to add calcium to her diet to help her out with her calcium levels, bring it up a little bit. But the thing we're going to change now is we're going to raise the water level up because I kept it very shallow when she was acting neurological. I was worried she was going to seize and drown in the water. So now we're going to give her almost a foot of water so she can get her exercise back and move around because she looks a little thick. She's a bit plump. All right, let's go do some snake stuff and say hi to Kaido. And as you can see, with monsoon season or wet season coming through, all the plants that Tom Holt from Holt Nurseries donated look amazing. Look at this. It's like a tropical jungle. Everyone's getting big, including Guapo. What's up, Guapo? My beautiful Cuban crocodile, Guapo. He's getting huge. Look at his plants. Speaking of getting huge, it's crazy. So all the crocodilians are doing good. Just caught up on all the weed whacking, getting everything nice and tidy again. All right, let's take care of Bagoy, my beautiful Eurasian eagle owl.
Bagoy! Up! Ooh, what is going on, Bagoy? Long time no see. Ooh, how you doing, buddy? You happy? Happy horse noises? Ooh, sponsored by Cold Blooded Cafe. Get your frozen thawed rats, chicks, other types of feeders, all from Cold Blooded Cafe, a sponsor of Chandler's Wild World and Bagoy. Oh, crunchy.
Pointy Peter, want some food? Ooh, check it out, guys. We've got the African slender snout crocodile, the one male enjoying some rats right now. It's been about like a week or over a week since I've been back home from Thailand. And I want to get a good look at this crocodilian, so we're doing a little night feeding because this is the best time to come see the African slender snout croc walk around for some food. It's when he's least shy. So he's still a little bit smaller than the female, but eventually we're going to breed this critically endangered species. Ooh, there we go. You ate that rat? Such a badass crocodilian. Woo! We got the coastal taipans ready for their upgrade. They have some very dirty enclosures, but as you can see, they've grown so much since I've left town. These snakes have to be at least like 6 times bigger than when I first got them around a year ago. So these coastal taipans, they are the, I guess, 4th or 5th most venomous snakes in the world now, because they used to be 3rd most venomous in the world, but because of the new describing of the desert taipan. So you got your inland taipan, number 1, most venomous. And then they described a new species of taipan called the desert taipan. I believe that would rank it as like 2nd or 3rd most venomous. 2nd is the eastern brown. 3rd was originally the coastal. So now coastals might be like 4th or 5th, but they're still one of the most venomous snakes on the planet. If you get bit by a coastal taipan, they have venom that will make you go unconscious within a minute, depending on where they bite you. They were nicknamed the killers of the cane fields because before anti-venom was created, people would drop like flies dying from them. Ooh. Gotta be super careful. This is still a species we have not seen in the wilds yet. So one day we are gonna get out to Australia and find these beautiful snakes out in their natural habitat of Australia on the coastline. Okay, I gotta be super careful and pay attention. These snakes are very, very athletic. Look at that beautiful white coffin head with some of the most toxic venom in the world in those fangs. All right, woo! We're killing the taipan, we're taking the taipan. The good thing is the bigger they get, the easier it's gonna be to handle them. When they're small, they're real wiry and dangerous. As they get bigger, they can still be wiry, but at least we have some length to deal with. Because these guys get freaking huge. They're gonna be much easier when they're around like 8 foot, something easier to tail. Beautiful, and they're pretty relaxed right now. They're pretty dramatic little snakes when they want to be. All right, we got our photo identification for that exact animal in here. For all exotic animals, we have to have danger venomous reptile labeling. We have to have the English scientific name, the amount of animals kept in there. And of course, if it's exotic, you need photo identification. If not that, you need to chip the animal. The only animals that don't require so much extra stuff are native venomous snake species, but at the end of the day, no matter what, you still have to have these cages locked and secure. Now they have a little bit more space so they can start growing some more. I'll probably have to upgrade them later this year, but this is definitely more space. It's much deeper than that tank was. Now let's get that other taipan moved. This one's deep in shed. And this one's looking really healthy. Even though it's deep in shed, that snake is thick and beautiful. Look at that. Such a beautiful snake. I love the Australian reptiles, let alone the taipans. Taipans. tailed the snake, brought the tail up, let go. The head was where my hand was holding the tail in a split second. I'm sure if I slow that down in slow-mo, you can see that. That's why these snakes are the most dangerous in the world to deal with next to black mambas. Super dangerous. That's why I can't wait for them to be bigger, because I would like for there to be more length between the head and the tail to deal with them, tailing them, whatever I gotta do. Ooh, this is sketchy. Look at that, beautiful little coastal taipan. Killer of the cane field, one of my favorite snakes in the world. Okay, relax, right in there. Easy going, easy going. No. Get right in there. Biggest venomous snake in Australia, getting around 10 plus feet long. So eventually these snakes are gonna be massive. It is a pair. All right, nice and secure. We got our insulation, we got our locks, labeling, all good to go for state regulations for my permits. And now we can deal with the big, beautiful king cobra, Big Tony. Sorry, I had to cut a couple times because it is such a pain in the butt to get this insulation locks right. I'm not a big fan of this cage. I'm literally, next year, all these gray cages are leaving. I'm not even gonna say the name because I know the company wants a free shout out, but hey, you had your chance to sponsor me. Now I'm getting rid of all these cages. So I'll have a big fire sale next year. So if somebody wants a whole room of cages, wants to cut me a good deal, woo, I only need a couple for quarantine cages.
You said the V word.
What?
V.
Oh, did I say it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant gray cages. Anyways, we're gonna replace all these cages with custom PVC built cages, custom builds from this company. Most likely gonna be this one company called Maze Reptiles. They make really good products, very affordable. So that's the idea. Next year, all new cages. Sorry, gray cage company. You had your chance. I talked to your representative, but all you wanted to give me was this old crappy rack that nobody wanted, and you dumped it on me. But oh, let's not hook up the main guy on YouTube who does reptile stuff with the gray. All right, we got Big Tony ready to get cleaned. I think Big Tony is going through shed. He looks a little bit dark, but while I was gone, he decided to, literally like 2 days into me being gone, he decided to rip down his light. So his light had to be turned off. And, you know, for safety reasons, I wasn't gonna have anyone pull him out for me. There we go. Look at you, big boy. He looks like he's got a nice shed on him. How cool is it that we saw, finally, a wild king cobra out in Thailand? I'm so stoked about that. But it is good to be back home with my animals. Back with all these big, beautiful reptiles that I put so much time into and giving them that love and attention they need. Come on, big boy. And he's basically a wild king cobra. He is not tame at all. He is a beast of a Malaysian king. Dude, you got such a big head on you. Look at you. Whoa! Relax. Stay focused on movement, so I do a little leg switch. There we go. Look at him. What a massive king cobra. Woo! What a freaking beast. Look at those venom glands. All right, let's get him into the holding receptacle. Here he comes, watch out. Let's get to clean poop. I got a lot of sloppy, nasty poop from this king, but first, let me get in there and fix this light really quick, because that's priority. Shake all that mulch out, make sure there's no debris stuck in there. And boom, there we go. Light's good to go. Now I can see where all these spicy meatballs are. Oh, I'm a little lightheaded. All right, so I'm just gonna clean this up, and I'll see you guys in a split. Oh yeah, it's been a while. Couldn't do it in the jungle, baby. Couldn't do it in the jungle. Oh no. I think the crack's ready. We're good. CWL shorts. Buy them today. They're split proof. Are your pants split proof? I don't think so. All right, let's get this beautiful big king cobra out. Man, he is a beast. It's crazy to think when we first got him, he was actually kind of lean, and now I think he's as thick as Kevin was. Kevin the king cobra. You know, the most iconic king cobra to ever live. It's a compliment, Tony. It's a compliment. You can eat me. Woo. Big Tony, man, he is thick. I'm so proud of this king cobra. What a freaking beast. Right in there, buddy. Wow, he's looking good. Very happy with how he's looking now. Compared to when I first got him to now, he's gained weight. He looks great. Nice and healthy on that snake diet. All right, I'm gonna lock that up, nice and secure. First episode, back home, baby. Comment below what you think about my moves. What you think about my doggy. What you think about this All right, beautiful people. That's it for this episode. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, do what you love in life. That's what I do every day. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.